49.
Member Baha.
Yeah. Yes.
Chair, Makaula's last number is 49.
Okay, thank you, Chairperson. We can move to Member Baha.
You said that. You said 49. Makaula, did you say 49? Which one is called twice? I have 249. Makaula, you said 49 or 249? 249.
I said 49.
Oh, 49.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chairperson. Can we move to Member Baha's nominations?
Okay. Sorry, Chair, we'll come back to Makaula. She's still checking her numbers because there's 49 and there's a 49. So we'll take 217, 231, and then we'll come back to her.
Okay, Chairperson.
Okay. The next one
is Member Baha.
Right, she's still checking her numbers because there's 49 and there's a 49. So,
Chairperson, I would like to nominate the following three numbers.
We'll take 217, 230.
124 and 213. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Member Baha. Ngweba. The next member is Member Ngweba.
Thank you very much, Chair. I would like to nominate the
one and
four
then
numbers.
We'll come back to it.
Chairperson.
Number 25, number 187, number 121, number 143. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Member Ngweba. The next member for nominations is Member Maleka.
Malika.
Oh, thank you, Chairperson.
I want to nominate number 407 8210.
Ngweba. The next member is Member Ngweba. Thank you, Member Maleka.
Thank you very much,
407
Chair.
82 and 160.
I would like to nominate the
one and
four
then
numbers.
We'll come back to it.
Chairperson.
Number 25.
Thank you, Member.
Number.
The next member is Member Latuli for nominations.
Thank you, Chairperson. It's number 45670-339.
Thank you, Member Latuli. And then our last nominations is Member Chabaleng.
Yes, Chairperson. Am I audible? Yes,
Chair.
Chairperson, it's 134, 432, 49.
Thank you. Chairperson. Chairperson and members, that is the 30 nominations for the shortlist. If I can just repeat the nominations as received by Member Petey is 95, 249, and 368. The nominations received by Member Maseko is 408, 448,
Oh,
430, and 148. Member Kaula nominations 217,
cela bazibize again.
23, and 81.
Chair,
Yes,
Chairperson,
yes, Chair.
can the honorable members, okay, can they,
Can you support?
sorry?
Chair, can we request the support staff to just call out all the numbers as they have been raised?
Yes, yes. That's why I am reading it again. Then Member Maluleka has nominated 18, 305, 445, and 428. Member Baga nominated 434, 124, and 213. Member Mgweba has nominated 25, 187, 121, and 143. Member Maleka has nominated 407, 82, and 160. Member Latuli has nominated 45, 670, 339. Member Chabaleng has nominated 134, 432, and 49. That gives us a total nominations of 30.
Mpiti, you didn't mention, you didn't call Mpiti?
I did, but I'll repeat. Chairperson Mpiti's nominations is 95, 249, and 368. If
Masiko,
Maseko is 408.
Masiko,
Masiko
yes.
408, 448, 430, and 148.
Kaula,
Kaula is 217, 23, and 81.
right.
Do you have, is there still another one that you need, Chair?
Sit at green number is. Is it one?
Is there any member that that didn't get the numbers recorded? If not, Chairperson, can I ask that there's 30 nominations made by the members being agreed to. We need one member to move for the adoption of the 30 nominations and also a member to second this. Before that, Member Mkweba, you want to ask something? Chairperson, can you
Where
assist
do they
me?
get the numbers? Where do they get the numbers? Chair, Honorable Committee was bringing something to my attention.
Yes.
That there's one member of parliament who sent him a message to nominate, that she was going to nominate a someone. I don't know, other members of parliament who are not part of this panel, where will they get the numbers, first of all? Because what we are working on, it's what we are working on as the panel. So any other person who's having something is getting from where? That means that member should have to explain to us, where does she get the number that she sent to Honorable Committee? Because according to what we are working on, it's what we are working on, that those lists are with us only, members of the panel.
And
so any member who's got a number from outside must tell us, where did she get the list? Because there's no member of parliament that has got access to our documents. Any member of parliament who've got a list from outside, then that member will submit to the speaker, so that the speaker must deal with the member. Because as members here, these are the only members. The only person who's outside us is only you.
Yes.
So members of the panel are here. So there's no other person that has got a number.
Maybe hacked in our meeting.
So if the member that we know now has hacked our system, then the Speaker, Parliament must take that up.
Chairperson, I want to agree with you, because when we started this process, we were also faced with this terrible thing of something that was leaked, that was not even discussed within the subcommittee yet. And we had to deal with it immediately. I want to agree, Chairperson, that immediately the member must give you the name of the member who sent him the message with a number, so that it needs to be investigated immediately, because we can't go through a process that that we are supposed as a subcommittee to handle with every single security and with precautions to before we reach the end of the process, something is leaked outside. That is uncalled for, Chairperson.
Yeah. And fortunately, Chair, all the honorable members that are here, even the staff members that is here, they assured me they know that they did not send any documentation to people who are not part of the panel.
Yes.
Documentation that they've sent only to members of the panel. So the member will then will submit it to our legal person here. Mr. Tambo is here. They know the name is known for further investigation, because we don't want people who hack our system. If it's the staff members that are not here, who are outside, it's our researchers. So even them, they know the procedure, because all of us, we have signed the confidentiality clause that no one will take out information in this process. So, Chair, we can then move to the next item for the staff. Then they will have to consolidate it. And after reading all what members have nominated, we can then move for the adoption of the nominations that we have done as the portfolio, as the subcommittee chair.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chairperson. Can you assist me there with
Okay.
with the hands for the move? Okay, thank you.
Okay. I'm told that the nominations that were done now, the numbers are 30, exactly 30. So, sorry, so we're satisfied. A mover for the adoption of the nominations. Honorable Malika, Honorable Mpiti.
Thank you. Can I hear Comrade Member Maleka move for the adoption? Member Maleka, can I call on you?
Chairperson, I move for the adoption of the nomination of 20 candidates, 30 as nominated.
Member Maleka. Member Mpiti, can I call on you?
I second the motion on the table. Thank you.
Thank you very much, member. After a very, very, very long time, let's give ourselves a round of applause.
Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Over to you, Chair.
Okay. Thank you very much, Chairperson. Thank you very much, honorable members. We now have our 30 nominations. Okay. We now have our 30 nominations. Those 30 nominations that we're dealing with now is the people that will be invited for the interviews. And those people, now what we're going to do is to submit all those candidates to Human Resource Department for the verification of all the information they've submitted. And the state security will submit also those CVs to state security for the screening. And then after how long? After
14 days. Yes.
Then people will be notified will be invited. Those that have been shortlisted, they'll be notified that they've been shortlisted, and they will be invited for the interviews. And they will be notified whether it's going to be hybrid or it's a physical one. As the committee, we still have to decide on that one. And then we'll take it from there. Any other arrangement, if people have to travel, then Parliament will be responsible for their traveling and everything else. So I take it that the process was fairly well, and all honorable members can tell us now if the exercise that we're doing now is free and fair. If there's any member who wants to object from what we're doing, then they can say it now. And then if members are saying the process was free and fair, then they can declare. Can we get honorable members to tell us whether the process that we dealt with now, is it free and fair or what? I'll start with the ANC. Honorable Mkweba.
Thank you very much, Chair. I want to declare this process free and fair. Thank you very much.
Honorable Lutuli, EFF.
Thank you, Chairperson. I would like to declare that this process was free and fair. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Mpiti, the DA.
Thank you very much, Chair, for the opportunity. I'm glad that the subcommittee was able to have robust conversations yesterday, particularly on processes. Having been with the subcommittee till today, I do believe that the process was free and fair. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Chair, I want to declare that the list, it comprises, it meets the requirements as per our criteria, the Bill of Rights, what is it called? Our advert. So what we have shortlisted, it's according to the 3 basic documents that we're using. So, and all the people that we have shortlisted, they've met all the requirements. Thank you very much. I think we have done fairly well, and we can now move to the next item. Today, where is Dr. Tambo now? Phela sifuna yena manje.
I just wanted to confirm the issue of the interviews, that some of them will be held virtually. Is that what we had agreed on?
Angisho ngithi so qhubeka sisho thina sizomitha again.
Or to discuss it? For those abanama comorbidities. Okay, all right. Thank you, Chairperson. I just wanted to clarify that.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. I think we're waiting for Dr. Tambo, our legal person, that today, in a few minutes ago, Herman, you'll present the letter. Okay, there's a letter that Dr. Tambo received today, and which he wants to bring to our attention so that the legal team from Parliament can deal with. And he can share the letter with the honorable members. Babu.
Thanks, Honorable Chair. But before chipping into the letter, I presume once this list it must be published for public comment. This consolidated list of those shortlisted candidates. Yeah, that's the process moving forward before the interviews. So we must give adequate time for members for the public. Okay.
If volume yakho yiyo i-problem. Oh, it's mic, man. Fine.
Am I not audible enough?
What he was saying, Chair, is that after today's shortlisting, we'll then publish the names of the people that we have shortlisted today. That's what you were saying.
Yes, it has to be shortlisted, and a public must comment on the shortlisted candidate before the interviews. It's part of the process.
Again. But you see, we've done that.
Did we receive
No, we did. We've published all the fees of applicants.
But there were no public comments, Chair.
Yes, for public comments. We did publish them. For public comments. We did receive some comments.
How many?
Yes, we did. And there's a report. That's why we tabled that report in the meeting.
Because
we even extended the time.
Chair, the Act, especially Section 9(3)(c), say that a short list of candidates for appointment is published.
We're going to publish.
So now, today it was the short listing. So now then it has to be published.
Yes.
Yes, today we did the short listing. Yes. Now it has to be published.
Yes, that's what we're going to do.
For public comment.
Why you public comments?
Chair, let me clarify the position. Yep. Initially, it was just application. So we didn't seek public comment because nobody
did say public comments. That's what I was reading. That's what we were reading yesterday. And I was explaining to members that public comments are meant for the public to read through all those CVs and comment with each and every individual that was there. And that report is the one that they gave us. And then according to the report that they gave us yesterday, there were no serious issues like a person has got a criminal case or this one is not fit or whatsoever. It's like when I was explaining yesterday, it was the comments that were like some when they were commenting, they were just commenting thinking they would were voting for, when you get more comments, they were here most today. Yeah. Unless maybe the understanding is different. Can you explain what you are reading today?
Section 9(3)(c) of the NYDA Act says that a short list of candidates for appointment is published. So today, this committee did the shortlisting. So then it has to be published.
Yes, I want to do that.
So then from the shortlisted candidate, probably what is going to assist this committee moving forward, because we are looking for some of the 30 shortlisted candidates, there may be adverse comments or findings against them.
Oh.
So probably that is the purpose of publishing, so that they are, because for comment for somebody who's not shortlisted, what purpose does it serve?
It was serving for us so that when we do the shortlisting, we look at the public comments that were made for each individual, together with our criteria, the Act and the Constitution. Remember, the requirements are saying also a person must be a South African citizen. So when people we publish those CVs there, people will tell us, even if a person abhalile lapha mina ngihlala eTshwane eMamelodi, abantu when they reach, they will tell us that ithi kahle kahle akusuka la wase Malawi.
Be the case as it may be, Chair, but it has to be published, this shortlist.
That's my. I think that's my understanding. Unless maybe honorable members understand it different. But when we say you publicize the list and the CVs of a person, I get it, even those that are looking at those CVs, they will look at a CV. This one is saying a degree, we have vets, but they will say, standard 5. That's basically the public comments are meant for. So for now, the public comments that we have received were not telling us all those things. So I understand that. And it's over to you.
Thank you, Chairperson. We are first process. It was precisely to assist the committee in terms of shortlisting. However, Chair, just to be on the safe side, I would like to advise that we put this according to the Act. Now, Section 9 requires this committee to publish shortlisted candidates. So I think it would still be time, while we are taking 2 full weeks to get the shortlisted candidates through the SAPS and the HR processes, we can just as well put the shortlisted candidates again on the parliamentary website for public input, so that nothing that will stop us from doing it, for as long as we are on the safe side.
In fact, honorable members, logic, when you publicize the list of shortlisted candidates, public will look at them, and if they want to comment, they will write comments. Isn't it? This thing is logical. They will write the public comment. So anyway, we don't fear anything. Whatever we've done, if myself and Honorable Million support what members have nominated, because they nominated on behalf of the panel. So we're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. If there's consensus on
anything that will be raised by the public in the list that we have published after today's meeting, then we'll look at it.
Okay.
Remember, we are a country democracy, so there's participatory democracy. So there's nothing that will be changed. Honorable
Thank you, Chairperson. I fully agree with the issue of publishing. I think that we have adopted as a committee that the process, in fact, will be open to young people across the length and the breadth of this country. We are not hiding anything. So I think the advice of publishing is a good one. One. Two, Chairperson, I think I must express my concern in relation to the fact that we sat here the day before yesterday and we were dealing with the program. I think when we were talking about or adopting the steps in relation to what is going to happen, and this publishing for public comment was not included at that time. We should have, when we were adopting the program, included it, and we should have been advised correctly as well. So I think that on that one, the team was caught napping a bit because it was not included in the program, and at that point they should have advised us correctly with regards to that. Thanks, Chair.
Which clause are you talking about?
9.3 of the.
Because why would we look asking for comments twice for what?
ET.
It's unnecessary routine.
Members must be appointed in a manner. I won't speak about A and B, but for clarity's sake, let me take it. It says A, participation by youth in the nomination process. B, transparency and openness. And C, that a short list of candidates for appointment is published.
Not for comments. Why were you about to give it for comments?
It's published for what purpose?
No, published. With the other, after we publish the names that you said. Remember, we published the parliamentary website. Yeah, because the CVs were there. So anybody wants to check parliamentary website will see your what's there. Honorable Bakari.
Thank you, Chair. Just to comment on Section 9, I think Section 9 is very clear, and I don't think the subcommittee has violated any section here. We have sat and deliberated on the candidates. We have decided that after this, it will be published. The Act is quite clear that there is no mention for public comment. So I think we need to stick to that, because if you look at Section 9, subsection 3C, that the short list of candidates for appointment is published, full stop. There is no continuation as to public comment or anything like that. I think the process happened initially where the public was allowed to comment. And even in the portfolio committee, Chair, we had raised that the public is commenting.
Yeah.
And it was even welcomed in the committee to have the public comment. However, the Act is quite clear to say that we must just publish and continue with the process.
Yeah.
So I don't think we are in violation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Honorable Mfiti. Honorable Baka, you wanted to say something?
Chair, I think I'm covered by what Honorable Mfiti just said. But I just want to go further by saying, Chairperson, mainly we are in a participatory democracy, which requires transparency in whatever we do. Now, I think we've followed the Act to the latter at this point. And I don't want us to anticipate what the legislation says when it's not stipulated in the actual legislation. So for me, I think compliance would be that the 30 names that we've shortlisted must then be publicized. The same way that those who will be appointed will then be publicized again to say these are the actual 7 board members that we've appointed. So I'm saying, for me, it's a matter of transparency and concluding a transparent process that we're holding.
Yeah. Okay.
Chairperson, thanks. Thank you, Chairperson. No, yes, good. We finish the shortlist. But then, and when those events will use, like we will get input by the police and our HR. And when people say immediately check what, and then that information.
Yeah.
Because already they were when people and based on their comment, we did the short. If they said this the previous constitution and they say somebody said this and then we take but information that we can use it when there is to be. That's my take.
Okay, Honorable Mkweba. Thank you, Baba Mchabele.
Thanks, Chair. I think we are agreeing that, compliance must comply in terms of the Act or the Section 9.3. But however, I think I will then propose that because on the first day we have adopted a program as this subcommittee, I will then request that or propose that the compliance or the activity of publishing the 30 names, it must form part of the program so that at least we because remember we have agreed that everything that we have done, we have followed all the rules and we have followed all the activities according to our program. So as part of what Dr. Tambo has said to us or advised us, it must form part of the program. At least we must have a day or 2 days in terms of the publishing of the CVs as part of our program. I think I wanted to add that one, but in terms of compliance, we must comply according to our Act.
Honorable members, Dr. Tembe.
Chair, is just to guide this committee. I think members might be aware of the legal prescript, probably also taking it from the Constitution. I think members might be aware of Section 59(1) of the Constitution, which speaks about public access to and involvement in National Assembly. Section 59(1) says the National Assembly must A, facilitate public involvement in the legislative and other process of the Assembly and its committees. So now if you see the Constitution it has to be as the supreme law of the country. Then if we publish, it's in accordance with the Act, but the Act should comply to the Constitution. There shouldn't be any contravention. So it means in other processes, this is other processes of Parliament. So it goes beyond the legislative part of Parliament and other processes. It has been the case in the past. So
we are not disagreeing that we are not going to publish. Vele, we've been following the legislation to say in terms of openness and transparency. That's why even after receiving the applications, we had to publish all the CVs in the parliamentary website so that people must know who has applied. And even after the part, even when we're dealing with the CGE, we did the same thing. We published the CVs for public comments, and after we received the comments, and then where there were issues, we discussed them, and we even discussed the reports of state security and human resources And after then, you remember, even when were invited for the interviews, any candidate where there was an issue, members asked those candidates. So anything that will be raised by state security or a human resource department, all the candidates, they know they'll be subjected to questioning from our members. So later, now they publishing, no, with whatever people say outside after we publish, we are not hiding anything. You know, the people who hide things, because you know what you ukanyile, but nasiganganga. Ihambe according to imigomo yethu esibekile. So we will publish. Remember, after we're done today, we will push out a media statement that will be all over. And it's done according to legislation. That's why you know it. I don't know, sometimes you need to see.
That's
You know it. Sometimes it's where you can't put it data. You let the thing different. You phone the letter later.
I'm not easily intimidated. I'm focused.
Yeah, focus. Okay. Okay. We can continue. Sorry. Oh, why was you saying? Oh, okay. I don't get a different. Oh, this is why because we are one planet. We did yesterday. Boksana thina phela. Why benza kanjani? Ubuzuki. Neliso kanti how do you work?
Chair.
Sorry.
Continue with the letter.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? You're continuing with what?
The letter.
Sorry, Chair. Ina member work.
There is a letter from the South African Youth Council dated 1 July. It contains the letter. There is a letter from the South African Youth Council. It contains the letterhead, which is 54 Maxwell Drive, Woodmead Office Park, Sandton 2191. The telephone number, which is 0116517,000, cell of 0822922661. The email is by tmjosop@gmail.com. It's addressed to the speaker. Subject is the NYDA board shortlisting process, and the National Skills Authority have been made aware that Parliament has published what is called a Z list, in which it was stated that the criteria of the board will be discussed in camera. We find it odd that a criteria of public process when candidate CVs were subjected to public scrutiny. We therefore request that you refer us to legal instruments as all democratic principles of our Constitution. We have been advised that it is only the Standing Committee on Intelligence that sits behind SABC appointment process of the SABC board was open to both the public and the media, was allowed to cover it. It comes as a shock that the appointment of the NYDA board has been treated with such secrecy. We further wish to understand what criteria did members of Parliament use in shortlisting candidates on the 1st of July 2020 meeting. We're asking this because the CABA is on record having said, once the consolidated list has been finalized, will then look at our criteria. This statement suggests that when they shortlisted candidates, there was no criteria. As she kept on saying that criteria will only be applicable afterwards in response. It is our submission that how MPs shortlisted candidates was flawed and predetermined. We further wish to understand whether the criteria, which is now a secret, is in line with what was contained in the advert and the NYDA Act. If no, why so? The South African Youth Council requests that it be provided by end of business of the 2nd July 2020 with the criteria used to shortlist candidate by MPs at their meeting held on the 1st of July 2020. We further request the criteria be made public on the same day. We also wish to remind Parliament that for the past 2 NYDA board processes, the South African Youth Council successfully managed to put the process to a halt because of the flaws we've exposed, and we don't want to travel that route again. The only way we can avoid that is cooperation on the part of Parliament. We expect the response from Parliament by the end of business day on the 2nd July 2020. This letter is written without prejudice. Regards, Tembinkosi Josok. That is how the letter reads. Thanks, Chair.
Honorable members, that's the letter. Honorable Masiko.
Honorable Chairperson, he has said a lot in the letter, but for me, the bottom line is the issue of the criteria. And I don't think that there's a lot that we can say as the committee. Before we had comments with the issue with shortlisting yesterday, legal was given an opportunity to go through the criteria as discussed the previous day. And that's how we started our day yesterday, Chairperson. We talked about issues of the Constitution, what the Act says in relation to the person's issues of democratic distribution. So I think the issue of the criteria was back to the Council, South African Youth Council, the criteria that we had taken. So I don't see an issue, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Honorable Pete. Honorable Pastor.
Thank you very much, Chair. I think as one of the person who raised this issue yesterday, I think it's very important for me to agree with what Honorable Masiko has said, because it is true. We did spend quite a number of hours yesterday speaking about the criteria. I think we went through it quite in detail. And as far as I know, I think that was being covered live on the parliamentary channel. So I do think that the selection criteria was public, and that's what guided us yesterday. And so I do think the way forward is to respond to the letter, pointing out the process that we followed, which was a transparent and open process that everybody was able to follow on the parliamentary channel, were able to follow on Twitter and Facebook. So I do think that we should respond in that way. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Honorable Pete and Honorable Masiko. Babu Paka.
Chair, I think mine is simple because I think I'm covered on the other issues. If there was any secrecy in the process, South African Youth Council would not have known that there are these proceedings. The fact that they were able to pick up what is happening here, clearly it was out in the public domain. Because even before Parliamentary Channel 48 broadcasted, Twitter and other platforms already were covering what we were doing. So I support the fact that let's give respect to the letter in terms of a response, and if there's a need to furnish an attachment that talks to the criteria, that be done as well, so we put the matter to rest. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Bakan.
I'm covered. It's we went into lengthy discussion, particularly on issues that by Honorable MP. It took us more extra on the top of it. And the issue of credit was not only we discussed even before we go there. Didn't we go through?
We did.
Yeah. So this is not any. Somebody was watching TV and they went to sleep. And then they missed a lot, and then they based their letter on something that they did not listen to. That's not our problem. If you are monitoring a process, make it a point that somebody in the organization sees through the process to the end, so that you don't miss it, so that you don't miss a moment. So, if they want us to recap for them, well, maybe we can give them a report after this meeting.
Lo muntu uchaza ukuthi nje uyagijima ecourt. The mere fact that ufuna usibhalela ukuthi uke wayamisa in for us, I don't know what democratic, it's open, everybody is watching it. I don't understand what is it that is raising, but you know, Dr. Tambo, your team, your legal team can respond to that. Tina, you want to be focused, and I think any normal person ofana ongathi azange siyipublish into zethu ngabe yasukela nje. So yena mhlawumbe ukuthi uthandiwe kuke court yiwo asibhalela ukuthi asitshele ukuthi uke waye court before. Was that an intimidation or a threat?
We are not easily threatened.
No, we're not easily threatened. We've followed all processes, and according to legislation and according to rules of parliament, and we've done justice. That's why we keep adjourning when there are issues that we need to read and read and read. We're not haphazard in dealing with this process. These are men and women, honorable members, and who are credible, who are honorable. We are honorable here. Even money cannot buy us. We are not going to do any favor for any candidate. Everybody was subjected to the processes of parliament that are prescribed. So there's nothing that is hidden. That's why we're not even afraid of publishing the names of the people that we have shortlisted today. Public will read all those names, and anything else that will be brought to our attention, it will be attended to. So we are not going to fear anything that now we must be intimidated and not continue with our process because people are threatening legal action for what? So Dr. Tambo, your legal team can deal with that. Honorable members, I think we have done very well. We'll continue with our work. After this, our support staff will publish the list, and they will take it from there. The CVs will be then submitted to Human Resource Department and to State Security Department. All what we are requesting our support staff to do for us is that this process must be dealt with within 2 weeks, so that when we start the interviews on the 27th of July, we would have received all the reports. And I'm sure that day on the 27th of July, when we resume our work, by that time, I don't know when are you going to inform the candidates that we have shortlisted. You must give them 7 days notification so that they must not be informed when we are starting on the 27th that they've been shortlisted. You must inform them on time so that they can start preparing themselves. And then preferably the committee will want to see every candidate physically because we want to guard against a situation whereby a person, because we don't know the candidates facially and physically, ukuthi ubani lo muntu ufikile masiko ubani. So at least it will give us an opportunity to see ukuthi ubani, because sometimes a person can say yimi ufikile mara kuphendula omunye umuntu. So Tina, that's why we prefer that candidates must come physically, but will be notified how are we going to do interviews. Those that have got any underlying condition, they will then notify us so that we cannot expose them to risk corona. And the supporting document must be then submitted to Parliament so that precautions will be taken care of. With that, honorable members, can I get whether any comment from members? I will, yeah, I think you are done. The only thing
there's nothing on the agenda, Chairperson. I propose that we call it a day.
Call it any Sorry? Yeah, thank you very much, honorable members. Your dedication and your commitment, you made it possible that we finish this part, which was very strenuous. At least myself and the staff members will sleep early today. And thank you very much for every member. Travel safe back home and keep social distance and your mask on. And nami yami mask naila. Mangpuma nami ngizoyigqoka manje. So drive safe and even tell your constituency people social distance, they must keep social distance and they must wear their mask every day. They must stay at home. And thank you very much. I think we have come to an end of our meeting. Babu Tembe will communicate with us if there's anything else. The meeting is adjourned, Chair. And unless you want to say something, we are done. We're supposed to finish tomorrow, but you know, we've done our level best. Thank you very much. Chair, over to you. We are fine. Can we adjourn the meeting?
Fine, we can adjourn, Chairperson. Thank you very much.
Chair, long live the chair.
Long live.
Okay, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much.
Sabaleng must behave that side. Sabaleng.